Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel for yet another Star Wars Battlefront 2 video. Today we're going to be going over how to play Kylo Ren, both playstyle, abilities, and star card breakdown. Kylo is very aggressive. You want to look to control your enemies using the pull and freeze abilities, and then using your frenzy to close the distance, while continuously applying pressure through your saber strikes and good movement. Now, I did just talk a little bit about his kit, but I wanted to break it down a little bit more in depth right now. He has his basic lightsaber, which can be used to both attack and block. Both attacking and blocking does drain stamina, so just keep your eye on that bar right above your health bar. Knowing when to back off to let it regenerate is really crucial. Then you have your left ability, which is the force pull ability, where you will force pull enemies that are in front of you towards you. You then have your middle ability, the frenzy ability, where you will launch forward to an enemy doing a saber swing. If you manage to kill that enemy, you will then bounce to another enemy if they are within a certain range, and you will auto lock onto them, do a swing. If you're able to finish them off as well, you will bounce to a third person. If you are not able to kill them, you will just stay on the same person, swing 3 times. The final swing is unblockable, so if you're versing a saber hero and they're holding their block, that final swing cannot be blocked, and so it will go through their guard, and you will 100% of the time deal damage to them. And his final ability is his right ability, the Force Freeze, where anybody in that area will be frozen in place, cannot shoot their weapon, cannot block, open for any attack that you have in mind, you or your teammates. Now that we have the kit out of the way, I just wanted to go over my 3 star card recommendations for Kylo. My first star card recommendation is Bloodlust. This card increases the amount of damage on each hit of Frenzy by 20 damage, doing a total of 60 damage more if all 3 swings connect. This is a very nice chunk of extra damage, making you able to bounce between enemies with more consistency when using this ability. Pairing really well with Bloodlust, I like running the card Closing In. This card makes it so on activation of Frenzy, you can be 40% farther away. This 40% increase also comes into effect when bouncing from target to target, while in this ability itself, making it more consistent when you're trying to take down those enemies who are running away from you. My final star card recommendation is Power of Darkness. This star card increases Kylo's basic lightsaber attack damage for 6 seconds after using Frenzy by 20 damage per swing. This is very nice, as you can easily clean up enemies that you started damaging but couldn't finish with your Frenzy, or that you weren't able to hit with Frenzy but are just a couple of remaining troopers from the group that you just decimated with your enhanced Frenzy from both Closing In and Bloodlust. One common misconception I see is that you should be using all of your abilities at the same time. I really don't recommend this. I'd recommend using your pull into Frenzy as they're flying through the air, so as they land at your feet, your Frenzy starts going off. You take down the enemies that are already weakened and very susceptible to damage, and then if you are low and needing to back off, you can use your freeze on any remaining enemies to either back off, or if there's only 1 or 2 left, then sure, instead of just using it to back off, you can finish them off. One thing one thing that you will just learn with time on Kylo Ren is ability management and whether you should invest in ability or not. If you're just in a 1v1 against a random reinforcement or trooper, don't use an ability, block a couple of their shots, use a dash to close the distance, and then a couple of saber swings. But if it's a group of enemy troopers, or if it's against a hero, you can invest abilities how you would like. Using the freeze is a great way to open up heroes if they have their block dropped, or if it's a blaster hero, as you can then just close the distance and ready your attack against them. Whereas with troopers, like I mentioned earlier, I really like using the pull into frenzy. And then with the opening that you've just created with the frenzy, pull, different types of combos, afterwards, because of Power of Darkness, you can just continue decimating the enemies with your increased damage to your lightsaber swings. It's very, very nice to have that extra bit of damage at the end of Frenzy, just being able to clean up any scraps. And with closing in being able to bounce you around the battlefield, it is very, very nice. In short, with Kylo, use both your pull and freeze to open up attacks, then following up with your frenzy, and after your frenzy's over, use your empowered saber strikes with Power of Darkness to finish off any remaining troopers, or chunk down the heroes just a bit more. That's about all for this video. Hope you have fun out there. May the force be with you, and good luck out there on the battlefront.
Takodana has been secured, and we will now proceed to cleanse it of all seditious elements.